Hi, my friend. This is Nestor Nidome from the MakeMoneyFromHomeDad.com, and today I'm going to talk to you about what is cash flow. Okay, and I'm assuming that you're in this video because you are trying to learn how to increase your cash flow, right? And you kind of want to learn what that means, right? So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about that. But before I do, I want to kind of talk a little bit about who I am. For those of you who, have seen my videos but really don't know who I am because they haven't seen my story or where I come from. So I want to talk to you a little bit about this before we get into the cash flow, right? And stay tuned because I'm going to teach you exactly what cash flow means and how to increase it. And I'm going to show you a very simple way that you can start right now to implement and to start increasing your cash flow. Very simple and very easy. And it's something that not only me, but thousands of other people have been implementing lately, and it's been working for them. Okay, so stay tuned to the end of the video because I'm going to show you exactly what that is. Right, but like I said, my name is Nestor Nidome. I'm the creator of the MakeMoneyFromHomeDad.com, and there's two reasons why I created this website. First of all, it's because I'm a dad and I'm a make money from home dad. I love making money from home because that makes me able to be a stay-at-home dad. Okay, and for me, there's nothing like being a stay-at-home dad, being able to be with my children, take them to school, take them to the park, take them anywhere, no matter what day of the week it is. Also spend time with my wife, right? If she wants to go on a date, be able to go on a date. For those of you who have an employment, right, or who have a job, I still remember those days when I used to have a job, right? And I used to have to ask permission for everything, right? Even to go to the bathroom, right? I'll be like, hey, boss, can I go to the bathroom? And sometimes the answer will be no, right? And also sometimes I'll be like, hey, boss, you know what? My wife's birthday is coming up. I would love to be able to spend it. And he'd be like, you know what? I'm sorry, Nestor, but, it's going to be a busy weekend and we need you here. And so I had to buck up and, say, okay, I'm sorry, wife. I'm sorry, my love, but I'm not going to be able to, celebrate your birthday, right? And that always hurt my heart. It always gave me such a great, big pain in my life, and I always knew that there was always a better way, right? Because I always saw other people having success, and I was like, you know what? How can I do that, right? So that's when I started to see that entrepreneurship was a way in there, right? And this is gonna have to do with cash flow, okay? I'm gonna start teaching you about cash flow right now, right? And so as I started my journey, I started to experiment with little small businesses here and there, right? Until all of a sudden I bought this small vending machine and I put it up in one of my friend's store, and it started to, give me some money, right? Which means give me some cash flow, right? So let me explain a little bit of cash flow before I finish that story. So cash flow, right? Let's put cash flow right here. Cash flow. Cash flow, in the simplest form, is basically the movement of money in either direction, okay? When I mean about either direction, is because if it's moving towards you, that means it's positive cash flow, right? Because it's moving to you, it's adding into your pocket, right? It's money that's coming into your pocket and you're keeping it, right? If it's moving away from you, then it's negative, right? It's minus. It's taking away cash away from your pocket and you're giving it out to something like your bills or your mortgage or anything like that, right? So we want to always concentrate on positive cash flow, and that's why I said that I am assuming that this is what you want to do. You want to learn how to create positive cash flow. And my friend, I've been doing this and I've been learning this for about 10 years seriously. About in 2005, I started to seriously implement all these things, and I said, you know what, I'm going to become a student. I don't want to be able to miss any of my wife or my future kids because we still didn't have children then. Especially my children, right? I wanted to be there for them. So I said, you know what? I'm young right now. I still don't have, we still don't have children. We're married, but you know what? Let me start this implementation of entrepreneurship, right? So that's what took me into learning what cash flow, which I'm gonna start right now and recommend a book. You probably heard it. It's a very famous book. If you haven't, then you will want to get yourself a copy of this and read it. This is Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. Actually, I met him live a few years back, and he actually signed it. So it's a signed book from Robert Kiyosaki. And that book started to teach me everything about cash flow and how to be able to implement it into my life, right? He talks a lot about real estate, but also a lot about business. And he also has the same mindset that I had, which was, you know what, business was the answer. Entrepreneurship was the answer. Because, see, when you're working for somebody else, that's great. That's very noble, right? Because you need to pay for those bills. You need to pay for that house, right? You need to feed your children, put a roof on their head, take them to school, ride in a car, or, or have food when they come back. So, I kind of knew that entrepreneurship was the way, because as an employee, as having a job, is very difficult for you to become financially free. All right, to increase your cash flow big enough where it's more than your bills, right? And you might have that there, but this is the trick. Financial freedom means that this cash flow is coming in either if you work or don't work, or if you're in your business or you're not in your business. Okay, you're gonna hear a little bit about the mind your business life. So if you're minding your business or not, right? This is the type of cash flow that I was looking for. That was the magic seed that I wanted to do. It was the magic, aura of positive cash flow that will come into my pocket if I worked or not, right? So that dream just like fed into me, and I was just like, I was hooked. I was hooked, and I was like, that's it. That's what I'm talking about. When I read that book, I was like, that's it. Let's go for it. We're gonna try everything, right? And so I started to do a lot of mistakes, right? I started to do a lot of mistakes, and I'm hoping that through my mistakes, your journey is gonna be easier and faster, right? And that's a lot of have to do with makemoneyfromhome.com, is to teach people how to, through my mistakes, how for them to avoid them and get there faster, right, into financial freedom. Because my vision for this website, my vision for me and for you and for everybody in the world, is for me to be able to help 100 people, 100 dads, 100 moms be able to become financially free and independent each and every year, right? I want to get 100 people each and every year, 100 dads each and every year, right? To be able to become financially free. Because if I can do that, I mean, it's just going to change the world in my beliefs, right? In my mind, I can, like, if I can help 100 people, that would be the dream, right? So I'm hoping that with this little snippet of this video, I can help you create that dream. So, so there you go, right? So as I was doing my journey, that one vending machine turned into 40 locations around the city, right? It turned into 40 locations around the city. And but I soon found out that, it really wasn't what I wanted, because it was taking time away from me, from my family, because as my business grew, I started to get more service calls. I started to get more, having to go there more time. And at the time, I was still working, right? So I said, you know what? I need something better. I need something bigger, right? My mind was like, you know what? Bigger. I need a bigger business. So I bought myself a restaurant, right? And I started to run that restaurant. And what happened? It was a self-employed restaurant, which meant that I had to be there. So what happened is that I ended up working for, 70, sometimes 80 hours a week, enslaving myself in there, only to go home tired and exhausted, not having the energy that my family required. And by that time, I already had my first daughter. So my heart was breaking more, because now it wasn't that I had a boss telling me that I couldn't do this. It broke my heart because I got myself into the situation that it was myself telling my wife and my daughter, I can't not be there. And that just broke my heart even more. So I had to make a decision right there and there to say, you know what? Do I continue through this path? Do I continue working all these hours? Do I continue just not being able to be there? Or do I find another solution? Do I find something that actually works, right? And that's what I did. I actually turned to the internet and find a solution, something similar to what you're doing. I was started to search online. I started to search for terms, right? Like yourself, I was like, you know what? There has to be a better way. There has to be an easier way, because I've seen it done. I'm seeing people, creating cash flow, positive cash flow, bringing money into their pocket in a simpler way, more simple way than I did, right? So that's exactly what I did. I made a decision to just move forward, right? And go into my dream. And my friend, I'm glad to say that for the past 2 years, I've been a full-time stay-at-home dad. I haven't had a job for all those 2 years, and I'm able to maintain my lifestyle, and it's been great, right? And I did it with a simple system that you're gonna discover in a little bit, but I did it with a simple system, and it's great. It's great, and it hasn't only not only been me who's been using the simple system. It's been thousands of people using it and getting results, right? So what you want to do is cash flow. Like I said, the definition of cash flow is the movement of money, right? The movement from here to there, right? Because cash flow, I mean, yeah, banks now, governments now, appear it from nowhere, but once it's there, it just moves from one hand to the other, and so let's say when you're giving it as a mortgage payment to your bank, that's positive cash flow, right? But to you, it's negative positive cash flow. So at the same time, it exists that cash flow could be negative and positive all at the same time, right? And it's always negative or positive cash flow, no matter what it is, because it's always going from one hand to the other. And what you want to do is want to learn how to make this going to here, right? How you can create that. And my friend, what I'm going to say right now is that this system that I'm talking about does just that through the internet. And the great thing is that now I can actually go on vacations, go on parties, go on the birthday parties, right? Do whatever I want to do, go out to dinner, and this cash flow keeps on coming, no matter if I work or not, right? So I want to invite you right now to click on the link right on the bottom of this video, on the description of this video. There's going to be a link right there inviting you to just check it out, all right? There's nothing to it. It's free of charge. You can go check it out, watch it. It's going to, ask you some stuff right there. Go ahead and fill it out. It's going to be pretty cool. And I want you to go ahead and click on that link right now. Check it out, discover for yourself what I'm talking about, and discover for yourself how this simple system can do for your life, and how soon you can go ahead and move from negative cash flow into positive cash flow, and hopefully into financial freedom as soon as you can. All right, my friend, this is Nestor Indome from the MakeMoneyFromHomeDad.com. I'm so glad that you're here. If you did find useful this video, go ahead and share it and like it. And put a comment on the comment section. I would love to be able to hear what your thoughts are. If something, kind of pop in there, or you don't like something or something, go ahead and put it in the comments section, all right? I love to be able to hear what you're thinking. With that, my friend, go ahead and click on that link and go over there and check what I'm talking about, all right? With that, my friend, this is Nestor Indome from the MakeMoneyFromHomeDad.com, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye for now.